everybody. Okay, so it is day 6 of phase 2 backgrounds of the Happenstance journal project. Alright, so you can see I've done some prep work again. So I'll tell you what I've done and I'll tell you why. Today's color is pink. So yesterday while I was finishing up the brown, hang on. Yesterday while I was finishing up the brown, let's just do a flip through review. And also talk for a second. Alright, so you got today's colors pink. We'll put that up before I lose it. Alright, so while I was finishing up yesterday's brown, which is totally fabulous, I got inspired by marks from the day of the black. So I'm thinking, can you tell? Can you tell? But it was super late. I think I went to bed at like 3 and I got up at 9. Yeah. So, yeah, I keep it some really weird hours, spring break. Anyway, but I got inspired by these marks. I just loved them. But this took me a while and I needed to be fast. So I took some stencils. I just took 3. 4. I took 4. It's still sitting here. I took these 4 stencils. And I took my Payne's Gray. Because I decided my black was too dark. And, alright, on my alphabet stencil, I did it, there's my alphabet stencil, I did it the wrong way around. Because I just want it to be marks, I didn't want it to be readable. The others, I did normal, right? I do not know whose stencils any of these are, as I don't clean my stencils. And so if there was ever any mark making on there to tell you, it is long gone. Oh, except this one. This one it's cut out. And it says it's a Stencil Girl product, L400 Dennis. Alright, so this one has a mark left on it. This one, totally obliterated. This one, okay, totally obliterated, but I think it might be a Ranger. I think it might either have been Dina Wakley or a Dilutions. That is just a pure gut. This one, no clue. I've probably had this one as long as I've had art supplies. So, yeah, no clue. Alright. So, I just did it down with Payne's Gray. I had a little bit of that burnt umber left from yesterday. So, I just used it up. It also kind of got mixed with the Payne's Gray. Some of the Payne's Gray is super dark. Some of it is super light. Some of it I watered down intentionally so it would bleed under and be shadows. Some of it I stamped wrong way. I just wanted marks. Didn't really want anything identifiable. Just wanted marks. Quick marks. Alright. Because here was my inspiration. I was thinking today's color is pink. And I have this fabulous pink tissue paper that is my favorite color of pink that I got in a gift. It was the tissue in my gift. Look at that. Look at that. I hope you can see that on camera. Those marks coming through. It's gorgeous. And everything just kind of looks like different hues of pink. But the black is really black. So I couldn't do this last night because it was wet. But I thought, what if we went just a hair lighter with the Payne's Gray? And yeah, I think it's going to be great. So we're going to do an alternate technique for applying your tissue paper in case, because this tissue paper is really cheap. It was gift tissue paper. It is not craft grade. It is not anything. Trying to see which way it fits best. And when I did it on the blue, where's my blue? When I did it on the blue, because I used the same tissue from the same gift on the blue. It pilled up. It not only tore, but it pilled up really bad. See, right there. So it got real grainy, and you can see the flecks everywhere. That's because this just like became flecky. Is that a word? Flecky? Flecky, flaky. Maybe I mean flaky. Oh, y'all. Okay, so there is another way to put on tissue collage. All right, so that's what we're going to do. But let's go back to what we did last night. So I did my stenciling. I let it dry. Need coffee. And then I grabbed my matte medium. Now, you have to do this with matte medium. You're welcome to experiment with Mod Podge or anything else that you use in place of matte medium, but I would do it on a small tester to see if it works. Because what makes this work are the actual properties of matte medium. And you need a good coat. So I put on a thin coat first to reinforce my paper. Then it was so late, I put on a super thick coat next because I wanted to go to bed. Normally, I would do 3 or 4 coats, 3 or 4 thin coats, so that I knew I had everywhere covered and a good thick coat. But it was so late, and I was so tired, and I just wanted to go to bed. Anyway, you have to let that dry. It has to be completely dry, because matte medium, when heated, melts. Okay, that's your key. So I don't know if other things do. So let's see, which direction did we decide? Because I feel like it wasn't exactly square. I don't know. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this right over the top. Should we cut it first? I don't want to cut it first because I don't want to take the time. Should we cut it first so that they fit better and we have less waste? No, to heck with it. We're just going. All right, and then just now I do normally. Oh, I can't. I have to cover that up. Otherwise, I'm gonna get that medium melted onto my iron. Hold, please. All right, I'll just cut off anything that's loose, I guess, at the end. Wait. All right. All right, I think if I cut right along, y'all can tell that while I did think this through and do some prep, A, I'm not good and awake, and B, I haven't done it before. I mean, I've done the sticking the tissue down, but I haven't quite done this before. Everything I do is real, okay? I don't test things off camera. I don't always know they're gonna work. Yeah. In fact, I've only ever done this method for the matte medium once, just to see if it worked. Because I honestly thought, there's no way that works, and it worked. Okay, so let's do the skinny piece first, just so he's down. And I do normally put down something on top of it, like parchment paper, but I didn't grab any, and we're just gonna go. Here's the thing. What I love about this is, yes, it puts it down, but look how smooth it puts it down. Like, oh. And as I say that, the paper had nowhere to go, and I think it may have just wrinkled there. But, like, there's no way you could Mod Podge this on and get this smooth. My day thing's fixing to fall. Now, if you don't have enough matte medium, you're in trouble. And I don't know that today I do. Because it's got to have enough that it can melt into it. I am going to put a layer on top once I think it's good and down, just to seal it, because I don't know what I'm going to do with these afterwards. And just to protect it from tearing, because I don't know, but I feel like it could still tear. Let me pick this up off this. I did kind of paint it down so that it wouldn't move on me. I kind of painted it down to my silicone mat so it wouldn't move and curl up and stuff. But I've got, this is a folding table, and I've got a bump right there, and I don't want to put that bump in it, so let's move it. Alright, let's flip it around so we can give some concentrated effort to the other side now. And this is a silicone mat, so it is heat resistant. I should have mentioned that at the beginning. Look, okay, you can see right there, I didn't have enough, I don't think, because it's not stuck. Let's give some concentrated effort right there and see if we can get it stuck, or if there's just not enough. Ooh, hot. I don't know what I was thinking. All right. Yeah, it's just, there's not enough there. But we're going to go over the top too. So, the only thing you can do wrong on this is not put enough matte medium down. And miss spots. So normally, I think the instructions, and when I did it before, I think I put 4 coats. And I put a coat, a coat, a coat, a coat, you know? And then the last coat I did pretty thick. This one, I put a thin coat, a thick coat, and went to bed. But I still think it's going to hold it enough for me to be able to put a coat on top without it destroying it. Let's find out, though. And here's the thing. If I destroy it because I didn't put enough and I tried to put it on top, I have more paper, and I have more Payne's Gray, and I have more matte medium, and we'll just try again. Okay, I think the only way to turn that iron off is to unplug it. So I'm going to let this cool for just a second while I go unplug that. And then we're going to put a coat on top. Because, yeah, I didn't get enough on there. So when you do yours, don't shortcut your matte medium layer. Put a ton on there. But I think other than that, I think this works. So let me unplug that before I burn myself. I do like the theory. I love the Payne's Gray peeking through the pink. The only thing I would say is that I should have put more matte medium down. But we're going to fix that right now. Okay, we're going to fix that as soon as I run get the paintbrushes from last night. They're still in the kitchen where I washed them. Hold on. I have my brush from the kitchen. I had to wash it last night. It was bad. Let's get some matte medium. I was going to do this layer anyway. I just would feel better about it if everywhere was down, because I'm really afraid that the places that aren't down good, I'm going to tear. Because again, this is just regular gift wrap. Like, I don't know, dollar store, Walmart, grocery store. I'm not sure. It was actually in a gift, so I don't even know where they got it. And I'm probably going to add some wrinkles doing this. Because all those places that it didn't stick good, it's loose, so they're probably going to wrinkle. Let me move this back a little bit. Alright, let me just hush and matte medium. Okay, so it's all matte mediums. It did tear here. Yeah, it tore there. So you know what? Let's just take a scrap, because I have a scrap, and put it down. Because I do want the whole thing to feel pink. Oh crap, and I just tore it right there because I touched it. Now I need another scrap. All right, we're gonna go with a much smaller scrap. Put that right there. All right, so we're gonna stop touching this and let it dry. Okay, so it did get air under it because I didn't have it sealed good. Which is a little bit of a pain. I'm not sure that's going to stick good. What I am going to do, though, since this is a no-stick mat, is I'm going to turn it over. Because once it's dry, it'll peel off. And, you know what? Let's just iron it. Let's iron it down. This is a craft iron. I do not use it for anything else. I highly recommend having a craft iron because right now I'm probably getting all kinds of stuff on this poor little iron because there's probably matte medium stuck to the back of this. I'm pushing pretty hard because my whole point of this is to hopefully get the wrinkles and air bubbles out. I don't care if they go flat. I just don't want them to be puffy so that they tear when I use the background. Let's see if it's dry. Since how I ironed it, no, it's not. Yeah, it's not dry. All right, we're gonna let that sit. I'm gonna go sort collage papers. That's the biggie for today. Yay! I'll be back. Okay, so I pulled it off, and here's one thing I didn't think about, that because that was wet matte medium, it pulled all the stuff off of my mat. Look how clean my mat is, but I kind of like it. So, here, let me turn it back around original direction. Here's our patch. It is so smooth and slick, and I like all the little extra bits that clung to it. There's some extra matte medium here and there, but I think it's just going to come off because it was dry. Okay, I really do like it. Okay, so let's tear it down, and I'm just going to go ahead and tear it down, cut it down, and I'll be right back. Okay, so they are all cut down. I didn't keep the little strips because the way I did it, there wasn't much stenciling on the little strips, and the paper wasn't stuck good on the little strips because it was the very edges, so I just tossed them. They're not great on these edges because this is the other actual original end of the piece, but I think they're good enough that I could use them. So I'm going to put these in the scrap bucket. And then here are our pages. And here, I'll give each one its moment in the sun before I add it to the stack. And they are so smooth because of the ironing technique. I actually love that turning it face down got all these little bits that were stuck to a mat. They're just kind of random bits, but I think it just makes it more interesting. Yeah, I really like them. All right, so there's one. Here's the next one. And there's that patch, and I like that as well. When I use this page, I'm thinking somehow I need to play that up because I really like it. Alright, this one is not good and stuck right there, so it did tear. But when I use it, I can either cover it up or I can just use paint or ink or something to, yeah, y'all, to cover it, to mend it, fix it. But look, the red and black there, that line, but that's not the best one. This is the best one. Okay, so it's got that patch right here where I had to put the other piece of paper for the tear. So it's a little deeper pink here. And then it has all that red and black here, here, here. It's got wrinkles running through it because of where it wasn't stuck. And it's got the little white flecks. And then I guess these are either more extra matte medium or gray flecks. I'm not even sure. But I really, really like it. Okay, so with that is the end of day 6. And with our new schedule of only going to do 12 background days, that puts us halfway through. So I am not going to make any more videos the rest of this weekend for sure. I've got to finish the art studio. It's my last 2 days of spring break, and I am closing out my booth at the Quilted Barn. So I also have to get it unloaded and do something with all the stuff that's there. So all of that being said, I don't have time. I hate to ever say that to y'all, that I don't have time to do something I've told y'all to do. But while I was cleaning and looking at how much I still have to do, it occurred to me that with these extra days, instead of putting them all at the end, I could really use them right now. So you're not going to have any videos for a few days. I'm not sure how many days. It may be next Monday, like a whole week of no videos, a week and a half of no videos, because it may be that I can't make any more until next weekend, and if I make them next weekend, then they would be for the next week. So anyway, I am loving this. I am, and I hope you are. But I'm gonna take a break because I have just got too much to do, and life is wearing me down a little bit with all my other responsibilities, and also, like I said, just trying to get everything I've committed to do done. So this is day 6, and we are going to take a small hiatus before we do day 7. Bye, y'all.